Kombat
Mortal
2.
Kombat! Dun,
Bum,
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 dun.
bum. So, we have Mortal Kombat 2. The new trailer is out. This is it. We're gonna go through it right now and react to it. I am very much invested into the Mortal Kombat lore. There's a handful of games I'm heavily invested in the lore.
Yep.
Mortal Kombat is one. Resident Evil's another. Uncharted's another one. Uncharted doesn't have that much lore, but I still know a lot of stuff about that game. Call of Duty, I know a lot about the lore in that one. The OG trilogy stuff, not the new stuff. I'm not really as invested in that game anymore, but I do know, like, when it comes to certain games, I know a lot of the stuff that's going on. But yeah, here we got Johnny Cage,
Johnny Cage.
and obviously, if you see this guy right here, the very first thing that's going to pop into your head is um, the boys. So the boys, great show, love it,
Yes.
and we have him now playing Johnny Cage, and Johnny Cage is one of the excuse me, is one of the most like iconic characters when it comes to Mortal Kombat, and he's plays what is it, Billy Butcher on
Yeah, Carl Urban as
yeah
Billy Butcher. That's
yeah.
right. Yes, I
So
forgot
yeah,
Carl Urban was in the first movie.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he wasn't in the first movie for this. He's in the boys. He plays Billy Butcher in the boys.
Oh, okay.
Johnny Cage. So
Oh.
excuse me. So we see here.
You want to know what?
So automatically we see the leather jacket, and Johnny Cage. In some of the older games, he's always been a guy who did his own stunts. He practiced karate. He had his own thing going on, but the problem has always been for Johnny Cage that he started out hot, and then he started kind of crapping the bed with his latest movies. He did a movie called Mime Ninja, and that was kind of a little gag that they had going on um, in Mortal Kombat 9 and Mortal Kombat X.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of fallen on tough times. And even in the Mortal Kombat 1, where they kind of rebooted the whole series again, even in that one, he's a movie actor now who's kind of still struggling to kind of not make ends meet necessarily, but to go ahead and to remain relevant.
What makes a hero?
Why is the internet shit in the back?
It's not destiny.
It'd be great if it would just, I'm gonna refresh it.
Yeah.
Why
Cut
are
this
you
out.
doing?
Oh, there we go. No, wait. It's a little laggy still.
Yeah, it was
Want to
going.
know what makes a hero?
This is better now. It's fine.
Okay. Nope. Ah! Ah!
Why is the internet today just being a detractor?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
wired too. I don't know why.
I'm wired also. I mean, I'm not wired, but I'm my Wi-Fi's working just as normal. I don't know.
Yeah. So, this is probably Adenia, that they're showing right here.
It's not destiny. It's not.
So, we get these great overlooking shots. The thing about Mortal Kombat, that kind of separates it from other games is when you look at it, there's always been the talks of the different realms and the people that inhabit the different realms. You have Earth realm. Obviously, it's everything that we know in the Earth. It's that universe. You have the Nether realm. You have Outworld. You have the Vampire realm. You have the Order realm. You have the Chaos realm. You have Edenia. Want to make sure I got them all. I think I got them all. So you have all these different realms that have different species, different types of people that again roam the different realms. And again, just to have the different realms and to have the different species, you can always get really creative, like we've seen in recent games. Mortal Kombat 11, more specifically, they added a guy named the Collector, and he was this blue dude who had like four arms on his back and kind of like crawled around and fought that way. They have the different titans, the elder gods. There's so much with Mortal Kombat, so much lore within the series, but always been one of my favorite franchises.
something you're born with. It's searching for greatness.
We got Raiden here. Raiden, a staple character similar to Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub Zero, guys that it's not really a Mortal Kombat game without these guys. I wonder, if anything happens that we might get an evil Raiden. We'll see.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen for Mortal Kombat.
So we got Sonya Blade, we got Raiden, there's Johnny Cage.
Then realizing you've had it in you this entire time.
We got Katana. And the other thing too with Johnny Cage, really his character was always kind of the comic relief guy because he would always do a split and then punch another character in their ding dong. It's always been kind of his like staple move. But it wasn't until Mortal Kombat 9 where they really kind of gave him his respect. And the way that they gave him his respect is he always had this green aura around him whenever he did certain moves. And they said that in Mortal Kombat 10, it gives him like a protective shield or something like that. And it's something that whatchamacallit, it's something that his ancestors all had that power, but only he could like harness it, or not only he could harness it, but he had in Mortal Kombat 9. We'll start with that. He had this whole thing where he went to go travel to try to figure out, hey, where are my ancestors from? And he went into this temple and he learned that the green aura around him makes him super, kind of superhuman in a certain sense. And if he can harness that power, he can defeat elder gods like he defeated Shinnok. So in Mortal Kombat X, he ends up defending Shinnok, and he ends up passing it on to Cassie, his daughter, who ends up defeating Shinnok again after she fights him. So it makes him on par with an elder god, this power.
Whoa! I really don't feel comfortable hitting a girl.
Don't worry. You won't.
Yo, send me back. I want to.
Yeah. So, and this is the other thing too. Like with Johnny Cage, he's always been like, he doesn't understand the gravity of the situation. Like in Mortal Kombat 9, he's there and he has Johnny Cage tattooed across his chest. He looks like such an absolute douchebag.
Oh God.
And his whole thing is like he fights. Forget who he fights, but they're like, "Oh, you need to finish him." And he's like, "What do you mean finish him? I already beat him." And they're like, "No, you need to kill him." So, and he's like, "I'm not going to do that. Like, I would never do that." And yeah, he ends up letting his opponent live. And they try explaining to him, like, "Yeah, you have to finish him off. You can't just let him live." And later on, he goes ahead and Sonya Blade, he finds her attractive and he's trying to get with her. And as he's trying to get with her, he just tries to like explain, like, "Hey, listen, like, I'm a nice guy. I don't beat on women." So yeah, this is kind of on par.
Go back.
May 8th.
The rules of the tournament are simple. Our fates would not be settled by the size of our armies. They would be decided by combat.
So we see Kung Lao, Liu Kang. Kung Lao, who was actually named after his great ancestor, who actually did win a Mortal Kombat tournament. He was known as the Kung Lao.
Oh my God. What the heck?
I don't know why it's doing that. Like the internet's just shit in the bed.
Very weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but he is known as the Kung Lao, like the original Kung Lao. And yeah. So like the Kung Lao, again, he won Mortal Kombat many, many years ago, and he helped saved Earthrealm. So, and the Kung Lao that we just saw with the hat, he was named after him.
I'm not some great warrior.
We have Hanzo Hasashi, also known as Scorpion. In the previous segment too, with Kung Lao and Liu Kang, there's always been kind of butting heads where they're kind of jealous of each other always, because Liu Kang has always been highly touted, seen as the next guy to go ahead and save the realm, and Kung Lao has always been like, well, why not me? Why can't I be that guy? I work hard too, and there's kind of like a little bit of a, for lack of a better term, like a sibling rivalry almost. But it is what it is.
I'm not some champion.
This is a war for the fate of your world.
So we did see the green staff. That is going to be Jade. Jade always has a staff.
War
We see
for the
Jack,
fate of your world.
Shao Kahn, which I am super excited for. I think this is the king of Edenia right now. So I forgot what his name is, but I know that his soul gets eaten by Ermac later on, because Ermac has 1,000 souls that lives within his body. But I think this is the king of Edenia,
Mhm.
and this is Shao Kahn destroying him. So we're possibly gonna go ahead and see the merging of a realm, and I think that's what this scene is right here. When you go ahead and you win so many times in Mortal Kombat, the realms merge, and they didn't say anything in the first film about the realms. Like Adenia not being merged yet, and that's the thing. Adenia, from all the lore of the games, was one loss away from merging with Outworld, and that's Shao Kahn's whole thing is he wants to merge the realms. So we're probably going to
I'm
see
not some champion.
him try to merge the realms.
This is a war for the fate of your world.
Me.
We see Baraka, we got Kano, we got Jade, that's Katana in the background. So they have a lot of the again the OG characters. Kano's always been a guy that's been around for like I think since the first game. Same thing with Katana. Again, a lot of these like staple characters. Besides this current game, and I think the very first game, I think Kano's been in every single Mortal Kombat. So
Mhm.
Noob Saibot,
Belongs to me.
that's Shao Kahn.
We do not kneel!
That's Li Mei. We have Shang Tsung. Lot of characters here. I'm
Our
interested.
only chance is to face this together.
Again,
Let's
that's
go,
Jade,
baby.
Jack, Liu Kang.
You, Johnny Cage, are a part of this now.
That was Sonya Blade. Now the only thing I have, just we saw Baraka. Baraka's always been kind of a jobber. They always feed him and have him get killed off very easily. I
Mhm.
wonder if he'll make it throughout this whole film.
I don't know.
It's showtime.
And that's the other thing too. I forgot to mention. Johnny Cage always says like cheesy liners from other movies, so we're like definitely perk your ears up when he's talking. He's probably going to say a bunch of movie references. Mortal Kombat X, he had this finishing move where he put his hands into the dude's midsection, and then he pull it enough so he could put his face there, and he goes, "Here's Johnny," and he
Oh.
rips him in half.
Wow.
So yeah, there's always a bunch of references when it comes to Johnny Cage. They're the iconic "Get over here." There's Baraka.
There's Baraka.
Johnny will definitely die.
He needs to see a dentist.
I wonder what they're gonna go with Baraka, because in the newest games, Tarkatan is a disease.
Mm.
And if you catch Tarkatan, you turn into what Baraka is. But in previous games, it's been Tarkatan was just a race of people. So the
Mhm.
Tarkatans were just who they were. So
Mhm.
I'm interested to see how they're going to handle this and going forward. Evan, anything you want to add there?
Yeah, no, should be interesting. This movie, the previous movie rather, had a relatively mixed reception. I think that there were definitely fans that embraced the movie, and then other people were kind of like, like the story was kind of inconsistent. There
Mhm.
was a little bit of here or there, but the visual effects were great. This was great, whatever. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if same director, same characters, creative teams. It seems like coming on. I'm curious whether the quality will go up or if I don't know. Like anything can happen, right? Like sometimes certain sequels may be better
Hmm.
than the original. For example, uh, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Nobody
Yep.
expected that movie to be as amazing as it is, and then when word of mouth was kind of spreading around, they're like, "Oh no, no, no! You really got to see it. You really got to see it." And I was not compelled at first to see that movie, and then when I saw it, I was like, "This is really damn good! Like,
Hmm.
holy shit!" And then the first movie, the Person Boots, I didn't care for it. I didn't give a shit about it.
Hmm.
But what was great about The Last Wish was that there were some threads that they picked up from the previous movie. But even if you never saw the first movie, doesn't matter because it catches you up to speed.
Yep.
It tells you exactly what you need to know. So I hope that they can do that maybe for this movie because Mortal Kombat has not had a great it's not had a great track record in terms of quality filmmaking. Obviously, people remember 1995's Paul W.S. Anderson version, which obviously iconic, but kind of mixy, here or there with the story and
Hmm.
the execution. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I wish it. I wish them luck. I hope that it's fun. I hope that the audience gets what they want in terms of the violence, in terms of the action, in terms of special effects. But we'll see what happens.
Hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's going to be very interesting to see how do they, go ahead and they handle everything because, like you said, it hasn't had the best reputation. It is a movie that, you know, um, with certain things, it's kind of like, how can I put it? Like it should be better, but it just wasn't better.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the
Like
games have always been the top quality.
for the most part.
For the most part, when it comes to the other media, it's like back and forth, up and down.
Yeah,
I
and
know
then
there are animated TV movies. Joel McHale, I think, was Johnny Cage.
he was.
And I know those were also pretty well received too.
Yeah,
So it's like
those
there
were.
is good Mortal Kombat media, but it's just not like a mainstream live action adaptation
Mhm,
for the most
absolutely.
part.
Yeah, and I think that, again with this movie, it's just you never want to do everything the same. Sometimes you want to have a little bit of liberty and,
Yeah.
change up the story of Mortal Kombat. How do they meet? What do they do, etc.
Mhm. Yeah.
You want to have some creative liberty with the characters, but you don't want to do it in a way that kind of moves too far from what makes it so special, the core.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yep.
But yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm interested to see it. I think it's going to be a good movie, not great, but not decent. It's going to be good. So we'll talk about it, and maybe we'll see it and we'll review it. We haven't decided yet. Maybe we will.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it out. But definitely, we got a lot of movies coming up this year. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And make sure you hit like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, get the notifications. Leave a comment down below,